have a Rebel exclusive for you. In a leaked document, the legal advice of the European Commission states how the UN's Global Compact for Migration, ratified in Marrakesh at Christmas, can and will become legally binding. I don't like to say it, but I told you so. It's legally binding, despite the mainstream media, Brussels and Mrs May's government telling us that it wasn't. It's already underway. The legal advice lists how to make the UN's forced mass migration programme legally binding. In point 46 of the leaked document, it states it must therefore be concluded that the GCM has legal effects as it is able to decisively influence the content of the legislation adopted by the EU legislature. It doesn't matter that 7 EU countries abstained during the December vote and that 3 other EU countries rejected it. Nothing stops the EU from adhering to the globalist, anti-democratic, anti-nation state agenda. They will have their way. There is already sneaked in legislation with reference to the UN Global Compact on Migration. We're referring to EU legislation in the field of development and humanitarian aid, which has binding financial consequences for all EU member states. They told us the UN's Global Compact on Migration was only signed as a political declaration and not legally binding. I've proved this is untrue. You can see how our politicians openly lie to us. The EU will do anything to ensure this is enshrined in EU law. I wonder whether those other states around the world who refuse to sign, countries like Israel and the US, will they go against the will of the people, like the European Commission? And those EU states who refuse to sign, Poland, Hungary, Austria, Czech Republic, the European Commission is overruling you. Or whether African countries who signed a political declaration will try to ensure it becomes legally enforceable. This is another reason why Britain must Brexit without a deal on 29th of March. This is Janice Atkinson reporting from inside Brussels, the European Parliament.